The best thing I can do as my children's mom is to simply learn. Learn in front of them. Learn all sorts of different things. Hello and welcome to the Homeschool Info Hub. My name is Heather. I'm a former public school teacher turned homeschool mama. Today I want to talk a little bit more intimately about your children. Each one is a special and unique child, bringing gifts to this world that we might see in them or we might discover in them along the path of life. And the most wonderful thing about being a parent, or one of the most wonderful things about being a parent, is watching them grow in themselves. See, a lot of us, I'd imagine, if you're tuning into this channel, perhaps we're brought up in a way that didn't allow you to feel free in yourself. So now we have this unique opportunity as the parents to our children to really see them for exactly who they are, just their perfect state of being as they are. What is that? Who are they? What is it that you're going to witness in your child along their journey of childhood into adulthood, and then adulthood as they flourish in life? One of the best things that we can do for our children is to let them be. Let them grow into the things that they choose to grow into. So many of us were raised by parents who probably meant well, but whenever a parent corrals their children into an avenue that they feel is best for their child, well, what ends up happening for your child? Sure, they might have some good experiences along the way, but ultimately, the goal is for them to come back to who they are. What are their internal strengths? What lights them up? What drives them to want to be successful? We could bring that word successful in here. What are the things that they actually want to be experiencing that are completely separate of us as their parents? I know this is like mind-blowing territory for some people, but when you actually sit down and you separate yourself from your children and you map it out, if you need to, map it out. Put yourself on a piece of paper and say what all of your interests are, things that light you up in this world. Then put your children on each individual pieces of paper and journal about who they are and start adding to the list. Every time you learn something new about them, add it to their list. Be curious, be excited. Know that your children came into this world with enthusiasm and joy and happiness and things that were going to light them up in this life that they're living. Our job as parents is to accept them and love them as the whole being that they already are. We don't need to convince them to be somebody else for outside approval or appearances. We get to just let them be exactly who they are. If we let them be exactly who they are, they will flourish and they will shock and amaze you. And shocking and amazing doesn't mean that they become a doctor, doesn't mean that they become a dentist. It means that they have happiness within them, whatever it is that they choose to do in this life that is designed for their own living. My greatest hope for all children on this planet is that they get to be themselves. They get to journey in their life as they see fit. Sometimes I ask my son when he's in his room gaming or watching some of his favorite YouTube channels, I'll just say, hey, what are you up to in there? And he'll share with me what he's doing. And occasionally I can have that little trigger in my mind that says, but wait, is he okay if he's watching YouTube channels? But wait, is he okay if he's doing some gaming? Wait, is he better if he's toggling with his soccer ball in his bedroom, is that better than the gaming? I mean, the mind plays funny tricks on us. If we just look at everything as a learning experience and everything as a way for your child to get from here to here and then here to here, and then, oh, they branch off, and then all these new things come into their lives. If we can just accept that this is how life works, while we're doing the journaling of what our own personal interests are, kind of think about how life is constantly throwing us new things. I mean, I have a peach tree that yielded probably 300 peaches. So what have I gotten really good at is how to take 300 peaches that all ripen at the same time and figure out how to not waste any of them. 2 months ago, I had no idea that this peach tree was going to yield this many peaches. Last year, I don't think I had maybe more than 20. And so this year, this has happened, and now I'm presented with, what am I going to do? So it's a learning experience I didn't have to go looking for. It came into my life, and then I got to make a decision. Do I want to engage with the peaches, or do I not want to engage with the peaches? This is what life is. It's just a playground of learning. We don't have to go and find it for our children. It's just there if we just allow it to be, and sit back and look at your own personal list. The best thing I can do as my children's mom is to simply learn in front of them, learn all sorts of different things. And again, I don't need to go and find that learning, and I do sometimes for things that are of high interest, but there's never a day where I'm like, oh no, I don't know, am I going to be able to learn today? No, the learning is just always there, and we can choose to engage with it, and that's exactly what our children get to do. They get to choose to engage with learning if it's something that piques their interest. But we have to hold ourselves back. Stay in our own lane. Stay in your own lane of what are my interests? What are the things that I enjoy? I don't need to push any of my enjoyment onto my children. They are their own thriving beings, and they have proven again and again and again and again since they were very little that they always have numerous interests going on simultaneously. Whether those are things that pique my interest, not most of them, but that doesn't matter. It's their own path. And the more they get to experience natural learning, the more capable adults they are going to be. That is a promise that I can say right now. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.